Hello, hi everybody. It's Colleen with Couture, coming in with a fun, cute, festive holiday type July 4th kind of project using our June Club Couture. So I have everything down here that we're going to need for tonight's project. So I'm going to go ahead and get the iPad going and then we will dive right in. So bear with me for one moment while we get that going. It should pop up any second. Okay, perfect. So let's share it and then we will be on our merry way. Perfect. Okay, so hello again. Now that we're all set and ready to go and everything's shared, tonight's fun project is, as I mentioned in the title, is our Club Couture transfer for June. Isn't this adorable? Pinwheels. I love it. Love it, love it. So this is, like I said, our Pinwheels June Club Couture. Our Club Couture program is actually a monthly subscription program where you would receive a transfer just like this. It's a B-size transfer that retails for $14.99, and then you would get coordinating chalk paste that go with this project, and it would be auto shipped to you at the beginning of each month, and it's $19.99 plus tax and free shipping, which is awesome. And when you sign up for that on my online website, which I'll post in the comments down below. But when you join that, it's a 3-month commitment. When you first join, since this is June's transfer, it's already out, you have the option, because your subscription wouldn't start until July 5th, but you have the option to add on this transfer. So you would pay tax and shipping for this one, but then moving forward in July, then you would not pay shipping on that one. Additionally, when you sign up for Club Couture, you can do the one-time only add-on of the bundle that retails for $69.99, but it's got $75 worth of product in it. It comes with some of our awesome surfaces, a nice 3-ounce, which is this 3-ounce jar of white chalk paste. It's got some stirry sticks, some little squeegees, like all different things. You can check that online for the add-on for everything that it comes with, but it's a fantastic price. Like I said, it's a great bundle to take advantage of when you join, because all those surfaces you can reuse, just like I reuse all our surfaces. And then you're going to have that nice 2-ounce or 3-ounce chalk paste of white, which comes in great handy. And then every month thereafter, beginning on July 5th, you would then have auto shipped an amazing surprise, because this was a surprise. I didn't even know until the other day what the transfer of this month was going to be. So it's fun. It's like Happy Mail, and it's really adorable, and it gives you a chance to play with the different products. It's always on point for whatever month it happens to be, so we're ahead of the game for June to prepare for July. So that's the spiel on Club Couture. It is awesome. As designers, we also get, as part of our monthly subscription, the Club Couture transfer so that we can share it with you guys. So that's what I am doing tonight. I'm going to share a cute little project using it. So whenever we get a brand new transfer and we remove it from its packaging, we have these handy little lines here that are going to help us cut right along. And even with the handy lines, I still don't cut straight, but that's okay. Don't worry if you don't like me. It's not the end of the world. So we just go ahead and cut down. And you can see my postal service, even though it said don't bend, they bent the envelope, but it's okay. You can just flatten the transfer. Once I use it and put it back on its backer sheet, all those little wrinkles will come out. You could, if you wanted to, put a book on it just to straighten it out, but no worries. It's still going to work, even when your friendly postal service decides to bend your do not bend envelope. It's okay. So once we get these cut out, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. To make it your life even easier, Couture has, whenever there's layers, has these little marks. They're called registration marks on the transfer. So that way when you're lining up and you're doing layering, they will line up. So you would just chalk these little registration marks on your surface, and then when you go to put your next layer on there, you're just going to match up the registration marks from your first layer onto the second, and then you'll know that you have it perfectly on point. So that's pretty awesome. This has a lot of little pieces to it, and they are kind of all different sizes, and you can label the back however you want. You can just put a B on the back of there. You can just do like a line or just a B, whichever you prefer. But because I have two separate lines, I'll do it like that, and then I'll do this one just a dot so I know. The pieces are kind of, you're going to know what goes to what. But in cases like these where they're kind of similar, you can either write back or you can just write what it is. So you can do stars, so you know that that's the stars one. This you can write on here first layer. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. So this is the back for stripes. And the reason that we label the back of these is, what is this one? This one is, oh my gosh, I just blanked on what this is called. Holy Lord, what's it called? Words are escaping me today. Oh my gosh. Hold on. It'll come to me. I'm just going to write back for a second. What are you? It's not checkered. Oh gosh. I just completely blanked. I'm so sorry. It'll come to me. Alright, so on this one we'll write celebrations. And this one we will write freedom. Okay, I'm just setting them off to the side here so they'll dry. I'm just using a permanent marker. Like I said, the reason that we label them is because, let me just grab this here. Hopefully that's dry. Yep, that's dry. So when we remove them from their carrier sheet, you'll see that that side is shiny. You're going to want to make sure you're returning your transfer to that side and not the paper side. So that's why we label them, just to give you a little background. And what is that? That's going to drive me batty that I can't think of it. Buffalo plaid. Jeez, I knew I would get it. Okay, I'm just going to write back plaid. That way I'll know which one is which. Okay, so they are all labeled. We are ready to go. I have all my tools that I need. So obviously, since we're doing Celebrate Freedom, we're going to go ahead and use red, white, and blue. So we have our candy apple red, and I have my stirry stick and my squeegee for that. We have our bright white. I have my stirry stick and squeegee. And then this, again, because I was going to use the ink that I have, which is dark blue, but then I was like, oh, that's not going to work because it's on a chalkboard. So I pulled out my old Azure again. I know I shouldn't be using this because it's not available, but I love this color. So, and I needed a nice bright blue. So that's what we're going to go with for that. I've got my fuzzing cloth, but no worries. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, any old little kitchen towel will do. The point of the fuzzing cloth is to go ahead and fuzz your transfers, right? We want to make sure that we're fuzzing them, especially the first time, because they are super duper sticky. So I put my hand on here. It's sticking to my hand pretty good. So what we're doing is picking up some of the lint from our fuzzing cloth, or from our towel, or from our shirt, or from our pants, whichever you have at the ready and whichever is easier. So I usually try to pick it up and put it down a couple times, and it just makes it just a little less fuzzy and picks up some of the lint on the back of there so that it's not going to stick quite so hard to the surface. So what I thought I would do, and again, I'm never on point with being perfectly centered, but I'm going to do my best here. So I'm going to do Celebrate up top. And then what I did, if you can see here, let's slide these guys because I want to pull this down a little bit. So I did a board within a board, and I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but this is actually our Grayson board. And then in the middle of it, right here where my fingers are outlining, like I said, it's hard to see on the screen, but this is our 10-inch round right in the center here. And I just stuck it to the board because I have an idea of what I want it to do. I want it to do Celebrate Freedom. So I'll put freedom down here on the bottom. And then here on my round in the center is where I'm going to go ahead and put, I just lost my sticks. I'm going to go ahead and put the sticks. I think I'm going to probably do big and then two, maybe 2 big ones so that way they're not hitting, and then the small one in the center. And then we'll do our pinwheels, and I've got cute little ribbon that I decorated on my 10-inch round. So that is kind of my thought, kind of how I'm gonna lay this out, okay? So we're gonna dive in. Let's pull these off again, and then I'm gonna start with just the top and bottom, and we're gonna dry that off. Now, wasn't sure what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do just solid colors for Celebrate Freedom, or if I want to ombre it, I can't decide what I want to do. So while I'm fuzzing this, I'm going to give it some more thought. Okay, one more time, just so that we're sure that we've got enough fuzz back here. Okay. I'm just kind of measuring. I do not do this precise at all. Okay, there we go. Celebrate Freedom. So let's see, what have I decided? Do I want to do red, white, and blue? Red, I think I'm gonna just keep it easy and do solid colors for now. If I decide that I want to change my mind, I can just easily wash this off and change it out. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do white and red. Keep that part pretty easy. And then we'll move on to the pinwheels, and that's where we'll add in some colors. I think it's raining. I think I'm hearing something. Sounds like raining on the roof. Oh, yes it is. Now it's pouring. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Pouring on my roof. So here is our chalk paste. Getting down to the bottom of my white. We want to make sure that our chalk paste has that nice yogurt-like consistency, so when you're stirring it, if it feels like it's stiff, go ahead and spritz just a little water in, a little at a time. You can always add more, but if you put too much, you kind of got to leave your jar open and wait for it to kind of absorb a little bit. So just add a little at a time, and that is the perfect consistency. Can you guys see that? That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and get decent amount. You don't need to do too much because this is going to be super quick. So we're just going to do Celebrate. Hopefully I'm down far enough. I am literally just pulling that white straight across the silkscreen area. No worries if you go off of your transfer. You can always just wash it off with water. Any excess goes right back into our jar. We want to save every last drop. I want to make sure I get the very tips of all my letters because that's what I always mess up on. Everything looks like it's nicely covered. I'm just checking the bottoms of my letters. We're good. All that excess back in. And then when we peel back, we want to make sure we're pulling top to bottom or left to right, never diagonally. So voila. Perfect. And that is supposed to be distressed. If you notice, I'm going to hold this up here so you guys can see it. Hopefully you can. See how in the silkscreen area, I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Can you see in the silkscreen area how there's, oh, I have that too high up, sorry. There's some, here, I can show it to you right here with the B. Right in the B here, see how it's got some of the teal in there? That's how you know that it's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be distressed. So when you see little markings in the silk screen, that's the effect you're going to get in the finished piece, okay? I don't want people to think, it didn't pull the chalk through. Look, I've got all these little things in there. Nope, it's supposed to look like that. So let's dry this one off first. You can let it dry on its own. It will take about 4 minutes or so. I'm just speeding it up because we're live. And so once you can use a hair dryer. That's completely dry, not going anywhere until I decide I want to remove that. And I would just simply spray it with water and remove it that way. So easy peasy for that. So let's go ahead and get our red down here, our candy apple red for the bottom. And again, I'm just going to give this a little spritz of water. I'm doing it off to the side so I'm not getting my surface wet with my water bottle. I get a little carried away with my water bottle sometimes and I get water everywhere. Okay, so now we've got that to that nice yogurt-like consistency. Again, we're going to scoop some up on our squeegee. So are you guys seeing how easy this is? Isn't this fun? It's so easy to do. Believe me, I wouldn't be doing it if it was complicated and difficult. I don't have time for that. I don't have patience for that, honestly. Okay, once we go back over again with a little bit of pressure from our squeegee, I'm just applying a little pressure just to pick up any of that excess chalk paste that's on there. Just like that. And then that's perfectly covered. Oops, just got a little chalk boogie on there. It's perfectly covered. You just need a nice thin layer and you are good to go. So there we have it. There is freedom. Now this transfer that I now have chalk on, I'm going to lay this in my water bath that I have a little tub of water sitting off to the side. And that is where my transfer goes. And it's going to start to get the chalk paste off of my transfer just by sitting in the water. And then at the end, I'll show you how to clean them. So we're going to celebrate freedom with some pinwheels. Pinwheels are coming up next. We're going to figure this out. I will be completely honest with you. I did not watch the PDF on how to do the pinwheels, so we're going to wing it. I'm terrible with that. I never follow instructions. So bad. So bad. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do the sticks in white. I think that'll be good. I'm going to just move these guys out of the way for a hot second. My little cute little ribbons to celebrate. Okay, so we're going to need our fuzzing cloth back again. I just threw it down here on the floor, so let's grab that. And we're going to remember to always fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. So we're going to fuzz these real quick. Our two little pinwheel sticks here. 1, 2, 3. That was 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Let's get that out of the way. And like I said, I think I'm going to do the larger sticks on the side so that my ribbon isn't covering it up. So we'll start down here. I'm going to try to bring it as far down as I can, but kind of keeping them centered. And actually, oops, that is crooked. Hold on, let me just stick this one here because I have an idea. Because I have this and I never use it, and I'm going to use it today because this is perfect for this. So I'm going to use my tape. This is our Couture tape, and this helps to keep things leveled. So because this, and I know it's hard to see, but because my round is in here, I'm going to just kind of use this as a guide like that, so that I'm putting my sticks are all going to be lined up together. So there's one. Okay, can you guys see that I'm using the stick? Hello, Linda Davis Rose. I'm thinking that's centered. Let's see. Or straight. Okay. Oop, that is not. Let's try that again. I hope you're having a good night, Linda. How's your Wednesday treating you so far? Okay, there's that one. I think this one looks a little crooked. I'm trying to, oh yeah, that is crooked. Let's try that again. There we go. That, I feel like that looks a little better. Now, let me just test to make sure I have enough space for my pinwheel. I'm good there. I'm good there. And then we're going to do one more here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get these guys covered in white. I feel like I'm pretty good. I used the tape to kind of help me. Hopefully it is going to help me. So we're just going to cover this real quick. First line. Get on there. There we go. I'm getting all that excess back off on my second pass. Back into my jar. Now, I want to use this stick again because I need another pinwheel over on the side here. So let's do this one real quick. Getting all that excess back off with my second pass. There we go. Now, this one I can pull off. I did go off the transfer a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how to clean that. So I don't need this stick anymore because I'm just going to do 3 pinwheels today. But I do need this one again because I need to do one more stick. So I went here and I went slightly off. So I'm right on here, right on here. So I want to kind of do it right here where this line is, so that I'm sort of, kind of the same distance apart. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're just going to do the last one. Cover that up. Same way. And again, when you're using the transfer a couple times in a row with the same color, I usually tend to just do it to only press my luck like 3 times, because then the chalk paste will start to clog in the silk screen. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning it in between. But in this case, I could have done a few more sticks, but just going to throw that back in there because this is really all I wanted for this project. So let's go ahead and get these dried. And again, remember, I'm going to clean up that little boo-boo. Okay, so then, now that I'm done with this, I can remove that tape. And that kind of kept everything pretty much. I was off maybe a little, because I can't even lay a piece of tape down straight, nor cut straight, nor do anything straight. So that's as good as it's going to get for me. But I'm happy with that. That's okay. All right, so what I am thinking is, for these cute little guys here. Oh, and this, look, I can just chip that right off with my nail now that it's dried. I could use a Q-tip and wet it. Either way. Close that. I don't know what happened there. All right, I think we're still there. So I think that I'm going to do this, I think, in red. Probably going to off-center this a little bit. So then I'm going to do red, 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 and then come in and do the top layers in the blue, and then I'm going to put the cute little dot in white. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple, pretty much the same for all. So let's do this. I'm going to try to get 3 passes out of this very quickly. So let's see. I came into this project not really thinking this through with how I was going to do the pinwheels, but I feel like I got a plan now, so we're going to go with it. Okay, remember, these are the registration marks right here and here, so that we can chalk those and kind of line those up. I'm just going to off-center it a little bit. I'm going to stir my red because it's been sitting over here opened the whole time, so I just want to make sure, because I plan on using this 3 times, I want to make sure that it is definitely nice and like kind of thinned out, but not too thin, but just the right consistency so that I can get 3 passes through this. Okay, and see how it's starting to dry on there? So I'm not going to use that anymore. I'm going to grab a different squeegee, just because I don't want that to be a problem. Okay, so let's do this real quick. 1. Again, we're going to go nice thin. I'm going to just chalk the little registration marks, get all that excess back off, and then we're going to pick it up and we're going to do it again. There's 1. There we go. Just trying to make sure I'm not feeling any bubbles in there. We're gonna do another one. Hello, Donna. Hello, Rhonda. We are having fun with our Celebrate Freedom tonight. Our Club Couture. Isn't it so adorable? They're little pinwheels. Okay, so there's that one. And I feel like, hopefully it's not starting to dry on there. I feel like I'm okay. I'm going to press it for a third time's the charm. And actually the white came through kind of on the bottom, so it's really kind of handy that it's helping me line it right up with the next one. Okay. 1 more pass with the red, and then we definitely want to get that one into water. So how is everybody tonight? How are you ladies? I hope everybody's having a good night. Oh, and while I'm at it, if you are actually not currently a Chalk Couture designer, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that share button in the lower left-hand corner of your mobile device to help spread the Chalk Couture love. That would be awesome. I would truly appreciate it. Oh, Donna, it's so much fun. I can't wait to see what you create with it. Okay, so we've got our 3 bases down. So I'm going to go ahead and close up my red because I do not need red any longer and I don't want it to dry out, so that's going to be closed up over here. Okay, now, oh, I just got red everywhere. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm dipping my hands in my bucket of water over here to the side and cleaning up before I get red anywhere else. I must have had some on the side of my lid and just made a huge mess. Okay, so no worries because it does come off your hands. Look, I just threw my hands in my water bath and now all that red's gone. I don't know what the heck I did. I must have some on the side. Yep, I do. I'm gonna have to clean that. Okay, moving right along. Oh, hello, Mary. How are you? Making dinner? It just poured here, Donna. Literally, when like a few minutes ago, I was like, what the heck is that noise? It was all the rain hitting my roof, but it stopped that fast. So hopefully, I don't know if we're supposed to get more tonight. Guess we'll see. Thank you, Donna. Hope you're having something good for dinner, Mary. What the heck did I have? Oh, I had, what did I have tonight? I had breaded pork chops and fettuccine noodles. Nope, not fettuccine, angel hair noodles and some string beans. That was dinner tonight. Not a huge pork fan, but I guess you gotta eat it sometimes, huh? All right, we are moving along to Azure because I'm gonna do Azure on top of these because we have 3 different adorable patterns. Steak, hubby's birthday, happy birthday. That's awesome, Mary. Who does not love steak? Oh my goodness. That's an awesome birthday dinner if you ask me. That's pretty amazing. All right, so I'm thinking, yep, that's it. Okay, I just, cause like I said, I didn't look at the PDF, so I'm not sure how, but I did do the registration marks, so I think we're just gonna line them up and we're gonna have 3 really cute different patterns to go on top. So what we want to do is making sure that's all dry. I'm going to move that over because I'm going to do that in white and I'm going to do all of these in blue. So we're going to go ahead and get them buzzed. Let's pull them all off. There's 1, 2, 3. And I think now that I'm looking at it, hopefully when I pull my ribbon back down again, that should be perfect. Good, it's not hitting the pinwheels. I'm happy about that. Oh, I got a chalk buggy. Get that off. Okay, and let's do our little center dot here. Get that on our fuzzing cloth too while we're at it. I'm hoping that, you know, when I did this, and I probably shouldn't have, I actually used glue dots, the little sticky glue dots to hold the 10-inch round inside the Grayson board. So I guess I probably shouldn't say that I did that because I don't want anybody to do it and then ruin a board, but I really wanted it to stick in the center, and I already put these cute little ribbons on it, so I didn't want to have a ribbon going to the top breaking up the Celebrate, so I just did pop dots on the back. Awesome, Mary. I can't wait to see what you create with it. It's a cute one. I have to agree with some other designers' comments that I've seen that this is by far their favorite Club Couture, and it's mine too. It is really, really adorable, and I've been seeing some fantastic designs with it so far, and it just came out. Hello, Marla. How are you? Okay, so now that we've got our cute little pinwheel designs all fuzzed and ready to go, let's pull them down a little bit. And so I'm going to just try to line these up with the registration marks that I put under there, which the lighting in my, oh, I say it every time, I am like a broken record, I'm so sorry. The lighting in here stinks. I'm trying to get it in between. Sometimes I just kind of wing it on my own without using the marks, because I'm trying to figure out if it's supposed to overlap. That looks like I got that one in there. I can see the mark just a little bit. That one I'm way off. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. This is terrible. I am a do not follow instructions person, but I really need to. All right, I think we got it. There's the first one. I can see it now. I was trying to see if you needed to see the red through it or not, and you don't need to see the red through it. So the first one, so you're going to be off from that. So that makes life a lot easier. I'm just trying to see where that one is. Okay, so once I don't see the red in here, then I know I'm good. Perfect, I'm good there. And it's okay if these are overlapping. They're not going to stick to themselves. And even if they do, once I put these into water, that'll come unstuck again. Oh, here comes the rain again, Donna. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's hitting the roof again. Okay. We're almost there, almost there. There we are. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we're just going to boom, 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 knock these three out with the Azure. And again, I apologize. I'm using Azure again. I'm a bad, bad girl. I'm using a color that we no longer have. But this blue will come up, I think, better. And I wish to heck I had Liberty, but I don't. But I think it'll come up better on a chalkboard. Now, the darker blues would look awesome on like the box frame that has a nice white background. The dark blues would look phenomenal on there, but I don't know how good they would look on a chalkboard. So we're going to use Azure because it's one of my favorites. So I'm just getting that stirred up again to that nice yogurt-like consistency, and sad that I'm almost down to the bottom here, but we're going to go with it. And we're just going to bang these out real quick, just covering each of them super quick and then getting them back off. So here we go. One, and again, just remember that this is going to be on top of that stick. So where the stick is underneath here, I'm kind of going a little light because I don't want to accidentally pull that up. So there's one. Oh my gosh. How adorable. But it's not done yet, guys. Hang tight because I got one more little design to put on it. There's two. Again, just being careful where the stick is right here so that I'm not pushing too hard to accidentally pull up some of the white on my stick. There's two. Oh my god! Love it. And here is three. Wow. You know what? This really has just topped the list even more of my favorite transfers. How adorable. Okay, getting that off now. Last one. Oh my gosh. Can you guys see that? It's hard to see. I know it's kind of, my camera's up pretty high, but I'm going to bring it up to you in 1 second as soon as I finish. Wow, I love those two colors together. Thank you for the thumbs up. We're going to go ahead and put the little dot in the center. I'm going to do it in white. Now that everything should be nicely dried. Okay. We are good. Now that's still just a little hot, so I just want to wait until that comes back down to room temperature. I don't want to try to put the dot in there while the surface is still hot, because it is going to dry out that white super quick. So you just want to bring the surface back down to room temperature. Let me get while we're doing that, I'm going to close up my Azure, threw my squeegees into the pan of water. Now, this has been sitting here, so it's got some caked on white, so I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to grab, again, a different little squeegee, and this is a tiny little one that I cut, and this will be perfect for the dots in the center. The only thing I was concerned about, I kind of feel like the dot is really big. So, ooh, thunder boomers. I don't know. I feel like that dot is kind of big. But I guess that was the dot that came with it, huh? Oh, I just don't want to mess it up by putting the dot in there and not liking it. Alright, I guess we gotta go for it. We're gonna try it, see what happens. Getting just a little bit of white. Hopefully I'm not sad that I did this. No, I'm not. I like it. I like it. Alright, hold on. Let me put this one over here. Trying to get it in the center. There we go. One more. Again, this is now going to be another layer, so just don't push down too hard, because you don't want to run the risk of pulling up the colors underneath. And try to do a nice thin layer, especially when you're going to use the transfer 3 times. Okay. And the last one. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm glad I went with that. I was a little worried at first, but it definitely added that cool little added detail at the end there with the little button in the center. It needed it. All right, so let's dry that now that we've got all our jars closed up. And I can move my fuzzing cloth. We'll dry this. I'm going to get rid of the registration marks, get rid of the chalk boogies. How adorable. What I was thinking is maybe putting a cute little bow on the pinwheel sticks. How cute would that be? Just to jazz this up even more. This kind of, I can see that it didn't come out quite as nice as this first one. So I may grab the transfer, clean it off, and do it again. Only because I think I didn't put a nice thin layer on there. So now that we have that, I'm just going to take my nail and just chip away at the red registration marks that I had on here. Again, you could use a Q-tip and just wet your Q-tip, whichever's easier. I don't have a Q-tip right by. I had them in my kit, but I think I used them all. So I'm just going to use my nail just to chip away at the registration marks. And they're gone. Pretty much gone. You could also just wet a paper towel and do it that way too. So here's our cute little ribbons. And then there's our pinwheels, and we've got Celebrate Freedom. And that is it, guys. That's tonight's project. I think I am going to do some tiny little bows. I have, where is it? I have some of the twine. I know I have red. Hold on. I have black twine. That would look cute. Let me see. That would look really cute. I wonder if I tied a little bow. Let's see. I may have done that a little too small. Oh, hold on. I lost where the bow was. Let's try that again. A tiny little bow. Try that. Just pull it a little tighter, and then I'm going to make my loops just a little smaller. There we go. And there's a cute little bow. Cut the excess off. Let's see, what do we think? Tie that a little tighter. I stink at making bows. What do we think of that? Do we think yay or nay with the little bow on there? What do we think? Can you guys see it? It's a little twine, black and white, tiny little bow. Hold on, let me get a pop dot. I'm going to stick it on there, and then I'm going to lift up the frame so you guys can see it, and you tell me what you think. Phew, here we go. Here's a little pop dot. So let's get that on the bow, and then you guys can tell me if you think I should continue with the bows or no. All right, get off my finger now. All right, let's try that. There we go. That one won't stay down. Okay, what do you guys think? Should we do the little bow? I don't know if you guys have me on mute. Maybe why you're not hearing me. Hold on, let me lower it. Oops, oops. Here we go. Can you guys say it? What do we think? It's kind of hard to tell, huh? All right, I don't know. I'll do more and we'll see if I like it or not. We might keep them on or we might not. But that's tonight's project with our amazing Club Couture. So if you are interested in Club Couture, I am going to actually put the link to my online store, and you can check on there. It has our catalog, our current spring and summer catalog. It also has our celebrations release catalog, and so you can feel free to take a look through there. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Club Couture program, there is information on there as well about that. And in the beginning of the video, I mentioned what all Club Couture entails. So if you missed that, you can just go back to the beginning and check that out, or just go right to my online store and find out information about Club Couture. So that is it, guys, for the project. So I'm going to slide that off, because I always like to show you how to clean your transfers. So here's that bucket that I was mentioning, where I like to keep right next to me, so that as I'm working I can throw my transfers in there. I'm going to bring back this towel that I used earlier to clean my hand. And what we're going to do, I keep the board eraser in here in my bucket, and that helps me to clean my transfer. Remember how I said just putting it in water helps to get it off? Remember how that had the azure on it? The water kind of got most of the azure off for me. So that one is done. We're just going to flip that down. Sticky side up is how you're going to do it. And it's okay. You see how I use the red on here, and see how it's staining around the transfer? It's perfectly fine. Some of the darker pigmented chalk paste or inks will stain. So long as your silk screen area, all that area in here, is clear, you are good to go. See how the blue came right off just by being in the water? Almost all the white is off, so we'll get the Celebrate cleaned off. There's one. And then we'll do Freedom. That was in red, so that's probably going to stain again as well, but that's okay. Okay, so that left a little staining, but no worries. Now, if you don't have a board eraser, you can simply use your fingers. I just use my fingers to get that off of there, and that's okay too. And just use your hands if you like. I like how the board eraser makes quick work of cleaning the utensils, because using your fingers does take a little longer to clean the utensils, so that's good. Or the tools, not utensils. Why am I saying utensils? Tools is what I mean to say. Okay, let's get the squeegees, and then I'm going to show you the final step for taking care of your transfers. Let me just grab this last transfer, get that off, and then, oops, I think I have one more of the little dot I have to do. Clean that little guy right there. And I think I should have maybe one or two more squeegees. Well, let's get those cleaned. Almost done. I'm a mess when I do this. I get water everywhere. Thank God everything is washable with Chalk Couture. All the chalks and inks are washable, so that's awesome. Okay, I think we got everything out of there. Now, let's get our paper towels up here. Because what I usually do is I just make quick work of cleaning all of these. I'm not going to bore you with that. with cleaning all the tools. Just get these out of the way because I want to slide the towel up here so I can show you what I do. So normally I take a paper towel and get rid of all of the excess water from the back of the transfers. Okay, just to get some of that excess off of there before our final step, which is our disinfectant wipe. Let's get that out of the way. And the disinfectant wipe will help you get any chalk paste or ink that you may have missed with the board eraser or with your hand, and it helps to get it cleaned off even more. Again, it's going to stain with your darker one, so don't worry, that's perfectly fine the way it is like that. So then we're going to end it on the sticky side again. And the disinfectant wipe not only cleans your silk screen again, but it also helps to get some of that lint, or in my case a piece of hair that I got on there, off of the back of the sticky side of your transfer. Okay, and then once they are dried and cleaned and ready to go, you can simply return them to their carrier sheet that we labeled earlier, so we know that we are returning them to their proper carrier sheet and the proper side of the carrier sheet, because remember, it's important that you note that the one side is paper side, and that's the side that we label, and the other side is the shiny side, and that's the side that we want to return our transfer to. Okay, I hope that gives you an idea of how to take care of your transfers. Let me clean up that water, and then I'm going to show you how to return it real quick. So I usually leave it sticky side up, and I'm going to look for that carrier sheet. Oops, I want freedom. So I look for that carrier sheet. I leave it flat on my towel, and then I simply use my fingers to kind of guide it if I can. And it's not always going to go back on here 100% perfectly like it did when you first got it. Let me move that out of the way. So then I just push down on it, and it is now back on its carrier sheet. I just check for bubbles, get any bubbles out of there, and there we go. That is all there is to it. Now you can use this again. You can make an awesome t-shirt. You could just use your Couture ink and make an adorable t-shirt. Wouldn't that be so sweet with the little pinwheels for little girls or little boys t-shirt? Oh my gosh, I love that idea. So I'm going to continue cleaning up. I think you guys get the gist of all that is involved with cleaning up. And yeah, you want to make sure that you're, taking care of your transfers so that way you can use them again and again. And as I always like to point out, in case you didn't catch everything that I mentioned in my videos, always on the back of all of our transfers is the use and care. How to peel them, apply them, remove them, clean them, dry them, and store them. So in case you ever forget anything, they're always on the back of our transfer. So that is it for me, guys. I feel like now that I'm looking at this even more, it needs something else. I need maybe some cute ribbon here and here or something. Definitely, because it's a lot of black on black with the Grayson board and then the boutique board. I definitely feel like I need some cute ribbon on here. So I will look into that, and I will post a finished pic when I am done. Thanks again for hanging in there with me. I appreciate you as always. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.